So you bought an electric car to get away from transmissions, gear changes, and all that mechanical nonsense from the combustion age. And then Porsche shows up with a 2-speed gearbox. Classic Porsche. It's like ordering a salad and the waiter brings you a salad with a steak on top. But sir, I want it to be healthy. Yeah, but now it's better. Very true though. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. Today we're diving into one of the most hilariously over-engineered pieces of automotive wizardry. The Porsche Taycan's 2-speed transmission. Because apparently when you're Porsche, even your electric cars need to feel fancy. Now, before we get into why Porsche decided to add a transmission to an electric car, which is kind of like adding a manual crank to an iPhone, let's talk about why most electric cars don't have transmissions in the first place. Electric motors are beautifully torquey beasts. They deliver maximum torque at 0 RPM. That's right, 0. You press the pedal and boom, instant gratification. There's no waiting, no foreplay, just pure accelerative violence. It's like the difference between asking a gas engine to move and asking the Rock to move. One needs a warm-up and a pep talk and the other just moves. Gas engines, they're a little bit of a drama queen. They need to spin up to a specific RPM range before they deliver their best torque. That's why you need a transmission with 5, 6, 7, sometimes 8 gears to keep that temperamental little engine in its happy place. It's like babysitting a toddler through a grocery store. No, we need to stay in aisle 4. That's where you behave the best. Or at least there's the fewest people to bother. Electric motors don't need that. They're happy at kind of any speed, but at 0 they perform best and kind of elegantly. Even when the torque falls off at the higher RPMs, they're consuming less energy at that point too. So most electric cars have a single speed transmission, just 1 gear, done, simple, elegant, efficient. But then Porsche engineers walked into the room and said, "Hold my schnitzel." Here's the thing about Porsche. They don't just make cars, they make statements. And when they decided to build the Taycan, their first all-electric sports car, they weren't interested in just making a fast EV. They wanted to make the fastest EV that could also do Autobahn speeds all day long without breaking a sweat because they're German. So they gave the Taycan a 2-speed transmission on the rear axle. The front axle, normal, single speed like every other EV. But the rear, no, we're doing something special back there. That's what she said. Here's how it works. First gear is short and aggressive. 16-to-1 ratio for you nerds keeping track at home. This is the gear that multiplies torque like a bad rumor at a family reunion. It stays engaged from 0 all the way up to about 62 miles an hour, which means the Taycan can launch like it's been shot out of a cannon. We're talking 2.6 seconds to 60 miles per hour in the Turbo S. And get this, Porsche claims you can do that launch 10 times in a row without any performance degradation. 10 times. Most EVs start whimpering after the second or third launch because their batteries get hot and start crying for mercy. Then, once you hit about 62 miles an hour, the Taycan shifts into second gear, which has an 8-to-1 ratio, same as the front axle. This taller gear lets the electric motor spin slower at highway speeds, which improves efficiency and gives you a better range. It also means the car can keep pulling at high speeds instead of running out of steam like most EVs do. Here's where it gets a little spicy. When they tested the Taycan Turbo S against the Tesla Model S performance in a drag race, the Tesla had more power and was lighter, but the Porsche still won. The Taycan did 0 to 60 in 2.61 seconds, and the Tesla did it in 2.68 seconds. In the quarter mile, Porsche did it in 10.69 seconds versus Tesla's 11.08. Why? Gearing. While the Tesla was stuck in its single fixed ratio trying to do everything at once, the Taycan was multiplying torque in first gear like some kind of mathematical wizard, and then seamlessly shifting to second for sustained performance. It's like bringing a Swiss Army knife to a knife fight. Sure, everyone else has a knife too, but yours is a little better with a corkscrew and a tiny pair of scissors and little tweezers, and for some reason a toothpick too. Now, you might be thinking, Peter, isn't adding a transmission just adding extra weight and complexity and possibly repairs? Aren't we supposed to be simplifying with electric cars? And you'd be right to ask. The transmission does add weight. It does add complexity. I'm absolutely sure it will add expensive repairs. Some people think Porsche only did this because they're a company obsessed with transmissions and couldn't help themselves. Like, we've been building gearboxes for 70 years and we're not stopping now just because the engine went electric. But here's the counterpoint. Porsche isn't making EVs for people who want to silently glide to Whole Foods. Really? Maybe they are. Supposedly, they're making EVs for people who want to go 160 miles per hour on the Autobahn and then do it again and again. And for that use case, the 2-speed transmission makes some sense. The short first gear gives you explosive launches. The taller second gear gives you efficiency at high speeds and keeps the motor from spinning so fast it turns into a blender. Plus, the Taycan can actually disconnect the rear motor entirely and run in front-wheel drive mode when you're just cruising, which saves even more energy. It's engineering overkill in the best way possible. Very on brand for Porsche. Now, will other EVs follow this path? Probably not most of them. For everyday EVs, your Nissan Leafs, your Chevy Bolts, a single-speed transmission is perfectly fine. But for high-performance EVs that need to combine the ridiculous acceleration with Autobahn level top speeds, yeah, we might see more multi-speed transmissions. In fact, suppliers like ZF and Eaton are already developing 2-speed transmissions for other manufacturers, and it's not just about performance, it could also help electric SUVs and trucks that need to tow heavy loads without sacrificing efficiency the rest of the time. Here's a question for you. Do you think more EVs should have multi-speed transmissions, or is Porsche just being extra for no reason? Hit me up in the comments. I'm curious to hear your take on it. But here's my take. I love that Porsche did this, not because it's necessary for most people, but because it shows they refuse to just phone it in. They could have made a perfectly good electric car with a single-speed transmission, but instead they asked, how can we make this Porsche more Porsche? And the answer was, add a gearbox. It's the automotive equivalent of wearing a tuxedo to a Zoom meeting. Is it necessary? No. Is it excessive? Yes. But I like it because it makes a statement. And honestly, in a world where so many EVs feel like appliances on wheels, quiet, efficient, and about as exciting as a dishwasher, I appreciate a company that's willing to over-engineer the hell out of something just to make it better. Even if better means adding a transmission to the car that technically doesn't need one, and that it will cost you $6,000 at some point down the road to service or repair it. Because, listen, at the end of the day, the Taycan isn't about being sensible, it's about being Porsche. And if you're going to make an electric Porsche, it better be able to do repeated launches, hit high speeds, and feel special in ways that spreadsheets can't explain. Mostly in the leather that's caressing my body. So, there you have it. The Porsche Taycan has 2-speed transmissions because Porsche is Porsche, and they're going to Porsche no matter what kind of Porsche they're making. They took the instant torque of an electric motor, added some German engineering, threw in a transmission for good measure, and created something that's simultaneously logical and completely idiotic and overkill. I love it. It's a car that shifts gears even though it doesn't have to, and somehow that makes perfect sense. Peter Von Panda. Out.